testimony from a Wisconsin jail.
I'm in Portage. I'm in Columbia County Jail. My name's John King. I'm 37. I live in Madison. I was in Portage, Wisconsin. I was on my way back to Madison. I was traveling with a white female named Nikki. We was in her car. She was driving. I was in the back seat. And I was in the back seat more because the front seat, it had a malfunction and it could move back. And I'm 6'3", so, I got to stretch my limbs out. So I was sitting in the back seat, and we were driving down a dark road, headed to Madison, dark country road. This road is, to give you a vivid description of the road, it looked like something that belonged off like Jeepers Creepers, open cornfield or whatnot. I was in my phone on Facebook when I noticed the lights of a police car. So the driver, she turned off into, it was like a factory business. I forgot the name of it, but she turned off into it. It had lit area, it had lights, and I told her that would be a good spot because it's well lit up with lights. So we pulled in. I told her just, be cool, whatever. We didn't have no drugs or anything like that, so we didn't have nothing to worry about. I didn't know at the time I had a warrant. I just spoke with my PO, so I didn't have nothing to worry about at all. We was pulled over by the sheriff's department of Columbia County. The lady approached. She approached not the driver's side, but she approached on the passenger side of the car. She spoke with the white female, Nikki, and then she came around to the other side and continued to speak with her. And Nikki gave her her name and gave her her credentials, and she came to me and she asked me what was my name. And I declined to tell her. I said, hey, you see I have my seatbelt on, you see she's the driver, she got a license, I don't have to give you that. And she said, that's true. I can ask you your name, but you don't have to give it to me. So the lady left. The cop goes back to her car. While in the car, I decided to record. But I didn't go live right away. I recorded directly onto my phone. So as she was just sitting there, we sitting there, minding our business. We had got permission from her to smoke a cigarette, and which one of the reasons why I told Nikki we shouldn't smoke in the car or nothing, because if you get pulled over, they try to use that, to try to hassle people. So we didn't smoke no cigarettes. It wasn't no weed smoke or nothing. Next thing you know, there's another squad car pulling up. It's the K9 Unit. The man approaches with the K9. He has a mask over his face, the breathing mask. And as he approached with the dog, I began to record. Now, the dog walks around the car. The dog is sniffing, okay? The dog didn't give no indication of detecting drugs. The dog didn't sit. The dog didn't bark. The dog didn't scratch, okay? So when I seen the officer turn around, he looked at the female officer and told her, didn't tell her, he nodded like a yeah. So I yelled out the window. I said, I seen what you did. Excuse my language. I seen what you did, and I cursed at him. He went back to his squad car. Now, both of their cars is facing the back end of the car that we're in, okay, with the lights on and everything. So he comes back, she comes back. They tell us step out the car. We step out the car. We go, I walk with the officer to the squad car. Now I'm standing in between the squad cars, and I have my camera going still. Now I'm still recording for my phone, not to live yet. So I had the camera on him. The officer asked me my name. I said, I'm not giving you my name. I haven't broken no law yet. If you find that I broke a law or anything, I have no problem cooperating with you, give you my name and show you my ID. And I had my phone recording him. So he grabs my arm and he twists my arm and try to twist my phone out of my hand. So I yank my arm back, and I said, hey, man, that's assault, bro. You can't be doing that. You know that, right? You can't. I'm not under arrest or nothing, man. You can't be sitting here twisting my arm. That's assault. You know that, right? And so he gets his cuffs out and said, well, you're under arrest. I said, for what? He said, I seen you throw a cigarette out the window. I said, prove it. You know, he said, I got it on camera. I said, that's good to know the camera's running, but prove it. You know? So he started to approach me aggressively. So I said, you know what? Listen, this is what we're going to do. Because I see that y'all guys are out here, you know, you're really on one tonight. So to de-escalate the situation, here's my ID. I have nothing to hide. Once again, I didn't know I had a warrant because my PO wanted to talk to me. You know, I didn't have no warrant for no robbery or nothing like that, what the paper said. So I showed him my ID, and I said, hey, it's cold out here, man. Can I sit in the squad car? I chose to sit in the squad car. So as I'm sitting in the car, I see them, they put Nikki in the other squad car. So once something tell me, okay, I need to stop recording to my phone in case they take my phone and get broken. Let me go straight to live. Because I always preach to a lot of people at the protests and everything, is when you're dealing with police, you know, especially a black man, your phone is the best thing. And try to record live in case they take your phone and break it, you still have your evidence. So as I was recording live, I'm recording the officers into the car. Now they enter Nikki's car, they open it up, they get to searching it. The trunk pops open. And at first I seen the glove department light up, then I seen the trunk pop open. So I yell out the window, I get the banging on the window to the female officer. I say, hey, I see that's illegal, bro. That's illegal what y'all doing. Y'all don't have no permission to do that, you have no warrant. You know, and I believe she made the remark of write it up or some along those terms. So when I see all this happening, another squad car pulls up behind me. Now I'm on live and I'm saying on live like, okay, here we go with this shit. Excuse my language. But as I'm listening in the squad car, I'm hearing them run my name. And they running my name, they're saying all the charges I had from the past. And I hear them say, he has a battery to law enforcement. Danger, you know. So I said on my live, I said, oh man, here we go. You know, and so I remained calm. I started making an assessment of my surroundings. So if anything went wrong, I know how to react. We're on a dark road. You know, we already dealing with crooked cops. As a see, they have no reason to search the car. They had no reason. They had no probable cause, nothing. So I see what I'm dealing with. So I know not to trust him. So as I'm making my assessment, I see my friend Aaron and also Nikki's dad and brother pulls up. Because I called Aaron and she called her dad. And they pull up because there was nobody else out there but me, and the white lady Nikki and the officers, okay, and the white officers. So they pull up. So I see where they park at. So I tell myself, you know, I'm looking around, I see the squad car that's next to me that Nikki's in, and I see the squad car behind me. So I say, all right, if anything happens, I got to make sure that I stay at least in the view of the camera and the witnesses. So I hear a little commotion with the officers and Nikki. They come over to me. They tell me to step out the car, and they say, hey, you have a warrant. I said, a warrant? They say, yeah, you have a warrant for your PO for robbery. That didn't sound right to me because I ain't do no robbery. You know what I'm saying? But I just seen my PO. But I'm like, okay. I get out the car, and I turn around, I put my hands behind my back. I have my phone, so I turned around, I said, no, listen, I want to give my phone, I want to make sure my girl gets my phone. I don't want y'all to have my phone. I didn't want them to have my phone due to the fact I didn't want them to destroy my phone and the evidence that was on there because I had very good evidence on there of the illegal search and everything. So he was like, no, just give me the phone, whatnot. As he's doing that, there's two other officers. The female, she's right in front of me. The dude that's trying to take my phone, he's on the right side of me. And then there's the other officer to my left. He's steady grabbing my hand, trying to twist he's twisting my hand and like he's doing anything. It seems like he's doing anything he can to upset me, to get me to like, you know, resist or anything because he didn't have to be that aggressive. So I'm turning around. When I turn and look, gun on his holster, and his gun is not on his holster, but his gun is out, on his side. As soon as I see that, I react. I jump right in front of the squad car that was parked behind us. So as I make my move to jump in front of the dash cam, after they took my phone, that's when the officers came over aggressive. The officer grabs my hood, puts my hood over my head. My face is wrapped up in my sweater. I couldn't breathe up in there, so I'm yelling, hey, I can't breathe in here. And I kept yelling, I'm good. Like, I'm telling them, like, okay, it's all right, guys, I'm good. But they wasn't trying to hear that. And I feel, all of a sudden, I feel a taser under my armpit as I'm trying to raise my hands and let them know, like, hey, I'm not a threat. I feel a taser. I get shot one time. And then I clip him out of my hood. The officer grabs my dreads. And as he grabs my dreads, he's swinging my dreads left and right, swinging my head left and right. I did not throw one punch. I'm not kicking. I'm not fighting back. I was struggling to get my dreads out of his hand. At the same time, I'm trying to see where I'm at to make sure that I'm in view of his camera and in view of the witnesses. The other officers jump in, they tackle me. Now, I'm down on the ground, and as I'm on the ground, I have other officers piling up on me. I get shot again as I try to raise my hands. I get shot again under my armpit again, under my left armpit. All right? And then I got another officer, his hand is creeping, it's up under my chest. I'm on all fours right now. I'm on my hands and knees. I'm not flat on my stomach. I feel an officer grab my neck from underneath. So I put my arm in his way, to block it. It's like he knew what he was doing, like he was trying to be sneaky about it. Because when they was pulling me, it's like they was pulling me to be off the camera, But as I'm sitting down there, I ain't no lie, I'm sitting there, I'm crying, not the fact of being weak, it's just the fact that my life was in danger and I felt it. And at any moment, I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to hear an officer say, hey, he's going for my gun. And they're going to shoot me. But that's the main reason I kept my hands, I kept on all fours, and I kept my hands on the ground. So if I make sure that I am the camera view and the witness view, they will see that my hands did not leave that ground. So if they try to say anything, the people will know what really happened. So I feel another tase to my chest, and I look, and I see a car coming down the street. And I look to my right, I see our witnesses. They're in their car. So I'm telling myself, like, hey, you got to get up, man. You got to get in that view. I see the car that's coming. I said, okay, whatever happens, I'm going to try to get to that car. I'm thinking it's civilians, So
you have 1 minute left.
I get up. I take 2 steps, and I'm so messed up from the tasers and from them, grabbing my neck and whatnot. I couldn't go no more, so I collapsed. And I just said, hey, y'all gonna kill me, the world's gonna see it. Then out of nowhere, they started being nice to me, and I take a look around, I see why, because I'm in the view of the camera and the witnesses, so now they're starting to be gentle with me, and, me, I'm trying to keep everybody calm, and I'm like, is everybody okay or whatnot? I'm trying to appeal to, like, some sympathy or whatever, keep these guys cool. Because I already know that, they already had it out for me, but by the grace of God, I made it in front of that camera and I made it in front of the witnesses. And I really truly believe that's what saved me here today from either not being dead or being somewhere up in ICU or probably somewhere with some trumped up jail charges or something, but.
Thank you for using Securus. Goodbye.
All right. Hey again, John. We got cut off there. You were just saying how the officers' demeanor changed.
Their demeanor changed once, from what I see, once I was in view of the witnesses and in view of the dash cam. The whole demeanor changed from the aggressiveness to them beating me up, tasing me multiple times. Even when I was letting them know that, hey, I'm good. Every once to let them know, stop, you ain't got to do this. They wasn't trying to hear it. It was like they was trying to pull me down to the ground, at least by the bumper of the car or on the side of the car. car because I was in back of the squad car, and when I got out the car, you know, the rule of a sniper eye is if you see it, it see you. And I'm looking, the dash cam of the third squad car parked behind the squad car I was in, the dash cam could barely see me. You know, so I'm like, man, if anything happens, I can't let them take me down right here. Put handcuffs and everything on. They already been over aggressive, got their gun out. And that's what made me react. So, you know, that the spot I was in, that was like a dead zone. You know, that's where I call the dead zone when you got no witnesses to see or no camera. So I said, I have to get in front of these witnesses, man. I have to get in front of them, and I have to get in front of the dash cam. And it seemed like they were struggling for me not to get there. You know, I'm just going off the actions that from what I seen and from what I felt. You know, so I just made sure I made it to the witnesses because where the witnesses is at, they can see, like, the car that I was in and then the car that was behind, they could see the open area on the driver's side of those two squad cars. So it was well lit. The area I was in, it wasn't well lit. It was dark. But so I had to get to the other side of where they was at. And when I did that, like, and then they seen it, like when I looked and I seen it, like, it's like they hold the minute change. It went from, you know, the aggressive to, okay, it's, you know, they trying to talk to me. So I started talking to them to try to keep them calm. And I'm thinking in my head, yeah, I know what we know why y'all trying to be nice now, you know, but I'm doing anything I can to just, you know, keep the situation calm. But yeah, you know, they was already there. And I believe that's what, like, really saved me on that end. You know, they try to say, like, I was trying to flee. I wasn't trying to flee. No, I didn't have no reason to flee. Why would I sit here and record myself? If I'm planning to flee and beat up some officers, why would I be recording myself on live? That, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense. I didn't flee. Well, I was scared, man. Okay, here it is. I'm cooperating. Why would you have your gun out? Why? You know, so me reacting the way I did, you know, look what's going on in the world. You know, I had to react that way. They took my only means of protection. They took my phone. So I made my next best move. My next best move was that dash cam and get in front of my witnesses.
Just tell me about the rest of your evening from there.
Say it again?
Tell me about the rest of your evening from there. Whose car did you go in? Where did you go? Approximately how long did such things take? Who did you talk to?
Well, the car that was approaching that I seen coming down the street that I thought was a civilian was actually another patrol car. You know, lucky I didn't run out in front of that car. But after that car, they came. The ambulance came. I hear Nikki. She's screaming and stuff because the male officer assaulted her. So the ambulance pulled up. By this time, I'm like, my body is like so much shock. You know what I'm saying? My fight or flight response is, you know, it's there. My adrenaline is high. I'm sitting in the back seat, like my mouth is like super dry, like to the point I'm about to throw up, and I'm asking them for some water. They wouldn't even give me no water. I got to the point I asked them, hey, can I just, you know what I'm saying, rinse my mouth out with the stuff y'all be rinsing people's eyes out with or whatever. I'm like, man, listen, I'm really messed up back here. I need some water. I need something. And they weren't trying to do none of that. They were saying, you got to wait till you get to jail. You know, so while I was in the back of the squad car headed to jail, I felt my body was not normal. You know, I wasn't in the car yelling at the deputy. I was mainly speaking to him as man to man and letting him know, man, you know, I'm like, y'all can't be treating people like this. I was speaking righteous to him, you know, and this and that. So I can't recall everything I was saying, but I was speaking nothing but righteous to him. You know, like, hey, like what his officers did was wrong. You know, and that you can't sit by and let your fellow officers just do that and treat people that way. And I said, officer, I'm like, do you consider yourself a good person? He said, yeah, you consider yourself having a good heart? He said, yeah. I said, if you do, man, don't lose that good heart, man. You should never sit back and watch as another human being being mistreated. I don't care what oath you signed. You signed an oath to protect the public. Your oath was to protect me. You know, protect everybody else that need it. So you got to make sure you do that. You know what I'm saying? So when they come speak to you, you speak on what really had happened, what you really seen. You know, and I get to the jail. Once I get to the jail, they get to handle me rough, man. They thinking I really did beat up on some police officers because there was two Columbia County deputies, and then there was one Portage County police officer. So when I get up in there, his little fellow deputies and all that, they get to handle me rough, and you know, they doing their routines of, you know, trying to do anything to piss me off. But at that time, I know better. I know their type. So I just let them play their game or whatever. I started having real bad, like stomach issues, like my abdomen was messed up. I believe it was from all the paging. I couldn't eat right. They took me to the hospital. The doctor who works here in the jail, the Asian doctor, she treated me like crap. You know, they did a little CAT scan. I think it was like CAT scan on my abdomen and didn't do nothing else. Like I didn't eat. I wasn't able to eat for like a week. I was constantly throwing up. They put me in the hole. You know, they said that they put me in segregation. And they said that's the spot where I got to be for a medical evaluation or whatever. And, you know, they seen me throwing up. They seen me not eating and nothing. I mean, and they were not doing nothing, you know. And here it is. They finally moved me up to a pod. They moved me up to a pod. There's a bunch of white guys in there and whatnot. And, you know, it seemed like they put me in there to, like, send me off or whatever. But, get into it with this Caucasian. I get into it with him. You know, he get into it about the TV. Long story short, he gets loud and yells and everything. He yells at me, whatever. I'm like, you know what? Hey, man, sit down, man. I'm going from it. I mean, they come in there and say, King, pack up. And I ain't get a chance to pack my stuff. They threw me in the hole for him yelling at me. I said, why am I going to the hole? Oh, because you're the one that's going to the hole. Deal with it. I said, what? I said, okay, man, y'all got it, man. I see what this is. Y'all just think doing that because y'all think I beat up on y'all partners and stuff, man. I go to the hole. Listen up. I go to the hole. They let these white boys steal all my caffeine. They steal my hygiene, all my food. I report it. They tell me they can't do nothing about it. I said, what's going on? So they said, a sergeant, he's actually pretty cool. I forgot his name. He came to talk to me. He said, you know what, King? Listen, I know what's going on here, man. Listen, I'm gonna treat you fair, man. I'm not even gonna put you back up there or whatever. Hey, how about I just put you somewhere, you know, I don't want to seem racist, but somewhere around more of your kind. I said, man, I would love that. So he moved me into a fed pod. You know, I'm in the fed pod. They don't supposed to mix fed and state inmates. So they put me in the fed pod. I'm cool. So as soon as I walk in, I see nothing but blacks and Asians. I damn near want to hug them when I see them. I say, my people. I did. They wanted to hug them. I said, my people. Like, come. So I go down. I'm happy, though, that this is where I've been at, man. You know, they've been watching out for me, making sure that the deputies and whatnot don't try to do nothing to me. But, you know, they have been playing with my phone calls, you know, monitoring those. I got 2 deputies in here right now. They've been hounding me. Like, they'll come by my cell late at night and just flash the light in my eyes and just keep flashing. I wake up like, man, why y'all keep messing with me, man? Stop messing with me, man. I'm not even bothering y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? So here it is, you know, what it seems is they trying to do something like, it's like they're doing something to piss me off. Like, it's the same officer, you know, because he told me, when I first got here, and I went to go make a phone call, and I said, hey, man, the phone ain't on. And I said, where's my free phone call that I'm supposed to get? You don't get no free phone call. I'm like, man, every jail you go to, you get a free phone call once you get booked in. You know what I'm saying? So he said, well, they're supposed to get that at booking. I said, man, you did my booking. You the one that supposed to give me a free phone call. Do get loud. I'm going to get 4 of my guys coming in. We're going to give you something to yell about. I said, you know what? I called him out his name, but I said, you know what? You got it. I said, you got it. This your house. You got it, boss. You got it. Take me back to my cell. So I already knew, you know, what the situation was. I know I'm already in a hostile situation because these guys really think I beat up on the officers. So they do a little shit to try to, for me to give them a reason to come in and try to cause harm to me. You know, and it's like, okay, y'all already caused the harm to me. Here it is. You guys not only illegally searched the car, you not only lied and said that there was a controlled substance in the car. But come to find out, y'all want to say in the report that it was a controlled substance in the car, but y'all didn't enter it into evidence. Okay? Then here it is, the dog didn't make no positive hit on the car. Okay? So you guys not only did a legal search, you lied, you slandered my name and Nikki's name all in the news saying we got found with drugs, this and that, and whatever. But y'all still trying to find ways to harm me. And one of the officers knew me because they knew me from protesting up here. So I already knew that there was some trouble on that end, because they didn't like the protesting I did up here. They didn't like how I converted a lot of their kids during the protest and to see race in a different view. So the whole issue at hand, they charged me with battery to law. They charged me with resisting. Then they charged me with battery to law enforcement. And then they charged me with attempted battery. I don't know. I never heard of attempted battery. I don't know. You swing at a person in this. But I never swung at these officers. I never kicked at these officers. I never elbowed at these officers. Only thing I did was try to survive a danger that I sensed. While they beat it up on me, I took that whooping like a man because I knew if I struck back, that would be a death sentence. That's what they wanted. And I wouldn't give them what they wanted. And I didn't fight back. I'm 6'3". The tallest person they had was 5'8". They all little out there. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to, I could have really had my way, but I didn't. So here it is. They charged me with these charges to cover up the fact of what they did. They racially profiled me. This car that we was pulled over in was pulled over 3 times by the same department, with the white driver Nikki in there by herself. Not one time did they call the K9 Unit. Not one time did they do all what they did with us. Now all of a sudden they pull her over for a loud muffler. They see a black man in the car. They want to call the K9 Unit. They want to illegally search the car. And get this. She said she called the K9 Unit due to the fact she said that we looked nervous. I don't know what the hell looking nervous looks like because we didn't have nothing in that car to be nervous about. As you see, they didn't find nothing. That's not probable cause to do what they did. Now they saying the body cam is broken. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now, how is the body cam broken? These body cams is built to last. Okay, if this body cam is broken, where is that body cam at now? Where is the paperwork saying y'all sent this body cam in to get repaired? You still can get that footage off that body cam. Either way it goes, where the hell is this body cam? You know what I'm saying? They got rid of the body cam because I guarantee that body cam show a lot more than what they want us to see. Then they sit here and hold off on the videos. Now we finally get the videos. We wait to see what the videos show and what the videos say. But one thing we know, video don't lie. Video ain't gonna lie for nobody. And that video gonna show the illegal search, like my live showed the illegal search. The video gonna show I was not swinging at these officers as they assaulted me, pulling my dreads out my head, wrapping my face in my sweater. You know what I'm saying? I got an officer choking me, trying to be slick about it, choking me, grabbing by Adam's apple. But not one time did I swing at these officers. So we got a problem that's been going on for ages. They would sit here and assault a black man constantly and then throw charges on him to try to cover up what they did. And that's wrong. And that's what I'm sitting here for. That's all I'm sitting here for because I knew my rights and I caught them in the act. They didn't like that. Every time they violate the law, I pointed out to them. You violate the law. They sitting there getting agitated, red in the face, all that. Me, I'm aggressive, man, by nature. The way I talk, all that. So, I'm throwing it in their face. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here like laughing at the guy when he told me, I said, I seen your dog and make no response. He said, hey, my dog is a non-responsive dog. I said, come on, man, bro, stop playing, man. Everybody know that if a dog smell drugs, he gonna sit, bark, or scratch. Your dog sniffed and kept walking, man. Who you think you talking to, chump? That's how I talk to him. I mean, that's just me. Freedom of speech. I can do that, But they got aggressive. They got mad because we caught them in the act. Now they trying to bury it and cover up what they did. So look what they do. They contact the media, lie to the media. Here it is. The situation happened on Monday. Okay, I had an interview to go to. The situation happened on a Sunday. I think it was on the 15th. Okay? I had an interview that Monday at Woodness. I ain't got a word in the world. You know, like I said, I know I had a warrant or whatever. Okay? Here it is, a Sunday. This situation happened on Sunday. That Monday morning, before the report was even finished written and all that, they had it in a newspaper with me and Nikki saying that drugs was found in the car. Well, spontaneously, from the report, they found drugs and tested it, but all of a sudden, it did not end up in the evidence. Where is it at? We do not know. But here it is. How did the news get all this, and the report wasn't even done yet? They called the news. They told the news this. Yeah, we found drugs on him. Mr. King was wanted for robbery. I wasn't wanted for no damn robbery. I didn't even have no charges until y'all threw charges on me. My PO just wanted to talk to me. By standard rules, your PO has to put a warrant out for you or have to tell you come in to take your statement. I would have been out of jail right now. You know what I'm saying? Without these charges, I wouldn't have nothing. So here it is. They slandering this. My kids can read this. You know what I'm saying? Here it is. I got to go to court for my visitation with my kids. They mama seeing this. Okay? We didn't get found with no drugs. I didn't beat up no police. I didn't do none of that. But why would they sit there and make it their duty to contact the news? Because the news said they the ones that the department contact them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a big cover-up. And they've been doing it and they're still doing it. You know, so as of right now, it just seems like from the reports that's coming out that we've been reading, you know, and that they really telling them themselves. The officer even admits he had to put his hand on it. He put his hand on his gun too. But now, what about the other officer who had his gun out? That's the thing. Everybody, it's two sides to every story. It's always two sides. And the side that they hear is always the police side. Nobody never sits back and say, you know what, let's see what happened. Why would this happen? For every action, there's a reaction. So what was the action that caused this man to react this way? You know what I'm saying? Man, why would you have your gun out? Why? What was you planning to do with that gun out? And I'm not even giving you no threat to pull your gun out. I didn't have a gun. I didn't have a knife. I didn't have a grenade. I wasn't driving the car. I was out there standing up. All I was saying is, I don't want you
You
to
have 1 minute left.
All right. Thank you very much, John.
Okay, for sure. I hope that's enough for you, you know. All right, for sure. You be safe out there. Black Power.